Hi, I'm Steve Ledoux, Town Manager here in Acton, and welcome to Acton Agenda. This is a show about the upcoming Selectmen's meeting on Monday, March 20th at 7 p.m. in room 204 of Town Hall. And it's St. Patrick's Day today, so we're wearing the green, and it's also my son's birthday, so we'll be celebrating a little while later today. And with me today is Janet Adachi. Janet is the Vice Chair of the Selectmen, and welcome, Janet. And getting very close to town meeting, so it's we call it crunch time. A lot of things happen in the next couple of weeks, preparing for town meeting, preparing presentations and things like that. So I know we're all going to be very busy in the next few days. So anyway, why don't we start talking a little about the agenda?
Okay, our meeting always starts with citizens' concerns, and that's an opportunity for members of the public in the audience to speak at the microphone about matters that are not on our agenda. We often or typically take them under advisement, or the town manager does, and offer solutions offline. The next item is Chairman's update. This is the Board of Selectmen Chairman, and operational update by the town manager. I don't know if you have any kind of previews to provide.
Well, I mean, the big announcement is that a week ago I appointed Richard Burrows as Chief of Police, who is replacing Frank Widmeyer, who retired after over 40 years of service to the department. So Rich has been the deputy police chief for the last 4 years. He'd been deputy police chief in Tingsboro for I think about 10 years, and he brings close to almost 30 years of experience to in law enforcement. So I think he's going to be a great chief, and looking forward to working with him.
Yeah, I understand that there were a number of internal candidates, and they were all great. So I think we're very fortunate that we have such depth in our police department.
Exactly.
Now, the next item on our agenda is public hearings and appointments. It's actually not that difficult. We've had some heavy lifting meetings lately. So the first item is gas main installation petition, National Grid. Do you want to?
And this is really for the housing development that's being built right now on High Street, that is actually a what we call a Chapter 40B, which has some affordable components to it. And if you go down High Street, heading towards the Powder Mill Plaza Stop and Shop area, you'll see the construction on the left-hand side. And so this petition is to allow the petitioner to connect gas to that project, and the reason the board approves it is because the gas lines are in the town right of way. So since they have to cut into the town right of way, the Board of Selectmen need to approve that.
Next item is, this is often what we have, liquor license transfer roll. Oh, sorry. Anyhow, a transfer from Roll Corporation to Albee Corporation, which is, I guess, it's Buscemi's.
Well, Buscemi's. Basically, it's a two-step issue. On Powder Mill Road, there was a package store called Last National Wine Company.
Oh, yeah, that's
they're
right, yeah.
closing, so their all-alcoholic sale license is being transferred to the Buscemi's.
Okay.
Buscemi's had just a beer and wine license, so they're going to go all alcohol. They're picking up that component at their store.
And next is Minuteman Regional School District Assessment Article. We're going to be hearing about the fiscal year 18 budget from Minuteman Assistant Superintendent for Finance, Kevin Mahoney. I actually got a sneak preview because I'm the liaison to the Finance Committee, and they heard from Kevin last week. Acton's assessment is going up to just over $1 million. In fiscal 17, it was just under $1 million, but the change is about $75,000. This fiscal year 18 is going to be a transitional period for Minuteman, because the 6 towns will be leaving the district effective July 1st, and also the school district is going to be preparing for the new building, on which planning is occurring right now, and construction will start. The construction is actually going to be completed a year earlier, so there are going to be some savings, I assume, associated with that. So it's a very exciting time, and because I'm the liaison to the Minuteman School, I think I spent the better part of last year dealing with Minuteman issues, the amendment of the regional agreement, and then presenting about the building project, and then also working on a little local campaign with some Minuteman advocates for approval at the ballot vote on September 20th, which was overwhelmingly supported. They needed a simple majority, and they got 2/3 of all the voters in the districts, which was wonderful. So very exciting time for the Minuteman School District. Oh, zoning articles, always exciting. We're going to hear, we have to hear from presentations about these different topics in order for the board to make recommendations or at least take some position on the warrant articles. So we're going to be hearing also about some planned amendments to the zoning bylaw. I guess the biggest one is related to the office building that Insulet Corporation will be occupying in Nagog Woods. And
100 Nagog, correct, yep.
And then there's some others, one relating to a residence on Piper Road, which unfortunately has been misclassified as office park and now needs to be reclassified as residential. There's an auto repair shop on Central that I guess wants to sell cars, and so there's going to be a change in zoning for that purpose. And then there are a couple of sort of more obscure planning type changes, one relating to non-conforming lots and building a new house on it. Basically, you have to meet the same sort of floor area ratio as the existing residence. And then there's finally, I think there's another one that's obscure, and I've forgotten what it is. I know it's accessory apartments, which right. Of course raises some flags for people because it's been on prior warrants in a more substantial way. This is really, really just housekeeping. It's changing some verbiage to make it more consistent. So, and then on our agenda, is it on the posted agenda? But we're going to pass over it. Right. We also have on the posted agenda the Nagog Pond water treatment plant deliberation. We actually had our continuing deliberation last night. We did not reach a decision, and our deliberation is going to continue next Thursday in room 204 at 7 o'clock. So this item that's on next Monday's agenda we're going to just pass over. And then after that, Selectmen's business. Okay, you probably know more about this, Mr. Manager. Acton-Boxborough Regional School District request for fall town meeting article.
Well, basically, Acton-Boxborough, because they're moving forward on trying to get some kind of designs done for some of their school needs. They in order to be eligible for some state financing to the Massachusetts School Building Authority, they need to get some preliminary designs done, and they need to get approval from both member towns. So they have asked both Acton and Boxborough. They've given us a couple potential dates for a fall town meeting. Ideally, they would like both towns to have their town meetings the same night. One, I forget the exact dates, but there's something like November 4th and December 5th or December 6th, somewhere in there. I believe Boxborough has already had a selectmen's meeting. They opted for the December date. Frankly, if I had my druthers, I'd prefer November to December, because just with the weather, and then we're trying to get the budget done and all that. There's a lot of stuff going on in December, but we'll talk about that with the board. We know that it won't be just the AB school project that'll be discussed. We'll probably have a citizen petition article. I'm guessing on the sanctuary city. And I'm not sure anything else, but we know that that's probably going to be coming as a citizen petition.
Well, those two items, it could be a two-night special town meeting.
Could be, and like I said,
I hope not, but
AB has given us some dates with continuation dates for both those November and December dates, which it's getting extraordinarily hard to get a fall town meeting, because the auditorium is always very busy with either rehearsals for plays or plays that the students are putting on. So it's getting a little difficult to have
But
a
in
town
this
meeting.
instance, it's in AB's interest, so I'm
Exactly.
sure they're going to make time and boot all the other activities. So,
Exactly.
and then the last item on our agenda is always the consent agenda of various items. The Memorial Library disposing obsolete items, that's a regular approval of minutes. One-day alcoholic beverage licenses. Something different here, Municipal Employee of the Year and Public Safety Employee of the Year, confidential. We presumably could find out who those people are, but everybody else will learn at town meeting when you will award the people. That's always it's a wonderful event. We have wonderful town staff, and it's wonderful to have them recognized. And if I use wonderful one more time, somebody's going to complain. Let's see, fundraisers, there's a bike ride. The Acton Garden Club has requested to use the municipal property in the town center. It's for their annual sale, which is always very popular. And then a slew of gifts that we formally have to accept on behalf of the town, gifts to the Recreation Department for their summer concert series and various other activities. We are very grateful, of course, to donors for providing financing for many of our programs, including the very popular 4th of July fireworks celebration. And I don't know if the 4th of July is going to be on the 4th this year, but sometimes it's right on other days.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on another day, but I don't remember the date.
And then a couple of committee appointments, and then that's it. I don't know if I should read what's coming up or.
Well, coming up is really town meeting outside of the special meeting next Thursday to hopefully resolve the Concord Water site plan special permit, and then we're into town meeting. So we wouldn't be meeting until I think like April 24th afterwards.
Oh, and then April 24th it says board reorganization, which is when we elect new officers, and then on May 8th we'll be hearing from our state reps, the state senator and the 2 state reps.
That's right. Yep.
So.
Okay. Well, thank you, Janet.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure. And I am wearing green too, and as a tribute to my deep Irish roots. So.
Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's
Yep.
Day. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Acton Agenda, and this was a show about the upcoming Selectmen's meeting on March 20th at 7 o'clock at the Acton Town Hall in room 204. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Acton Agenda.